Reasons why you should travel abroad. Today, we have been in Thailand, we have gone to the beaches, we've got some good food, we've headed round, we've seen new things, all which could not be done in the UK. In my room currently, I've only got one more night here. I paid £25 for the night, and I'm going to be moving in to a place with someone that I just met. In fact, I met him 2 days ago. We knew each other from the UK, but we didn't really speak. We didn't follow each other on Instagram. We're now sharing a room together, £250 between us for the month, £125. Now tell me, one place you could do this. I've never heard of that ever. I'd never go to America and expect to be a roommate with someone a day and a half, 2 days later after knowing them. Only in Thailand. And that's why I think it's so great going abroad and seeing new things, talking to new people. The first point I'm going to mainly go over is getting out of your hometown. Your hometown is something of comfort, something you were born into, and I believe somewhere where people get stuck quite often. Myself, I took myself out of that situation because I found I couldn't grow to where I wanted to grow in my hometown. The reason for this is dreams don't live in comfort zones. I'm thousands and thousands of miles away from home. My dream is getting built right now. I cannot build my dream as much as home. I've got distractions. I have got comfort. I know no matter what happens, if it doesn't quite go right, I've got something to fall back on. My parents are always going to be there to support me, which is a great thing, but I believe being at home gets you in a state of comfort. In order to grow at the most efficient rate, I want to be uncomfortable, and that is what I seek. That's why I love coming to different countries by myself and exploring from there. Another great thing of coming abroad by yourself is networking. Very undervalued thing, I believe, especially when you're young. You don't really think that's something to do, but networking is amazing. I've been here 5 times now. The first time I came was 5 years ago. I met someone today that I met 5 years ago, and he's brought so many opportunities to me. He's brought me business. He's opened my eyes in helping me see the world of what I'd never see, just because I networked with him when I was 17 years of age. He respected what I did and what I was on a mission to do. From that, he's opened doors for me that I couldn't open by myself, and that is all down to coming abroad by myself. If I came with friends, that wouldn't happen, because I would be too busy having fun with my friends or staying in my own circle, and I wouldn't go out my way to make a conversation with a randomer. You still do it with your friends, but not quite as much. When you go to a cafe completely by yourself, and I mean completely by yourself, it's a bit boring if you don't speak to anyone. So when you go by yourself, you're kind of forced to speak to people, and that in itself is a form of networking. Networking doesn't have to be just because you want to make money off someone. It can be to make friends. It can be to make connections. It can be to find out something to do within the country you are in. It is a great way of creating opportunities. The opportunities that you get are from a consequence of something that you have done. I have created an opportunity to get a sponsorship for myself. All my sponsors are from networking. They're from finding individuals along my journey and building a connection with them. And they are what have allowed me to do what I love for even longer. And that is one of the main ways I believe fighters get sponsors. It's networking. You could fight amazing, but if you speak to someone and you're an absolute dick, that's bad networking. You're not going to get a sponsor or someone like that. But if you speak to someone and they respect what you're doing and they've got a business and they want to help invest into you and create a partnership, that is all done through networking. An amazing, amazing thing. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this on the stand because I'm getting a naked arm just holding my camera. See what this looks like. Bosh. Turn it like that. Sorted. Is that alright? We'll go there because the backing light. to go back a bit. There we are, I'll do. Personal growth. This is where I, personally, went from a boy to a man. It's where I had this progression in between of creating responsibility for myself, creating accountability for myself, creating something I'm proud of being. It is basically your second stage of puberty. When you are 10 and you go to 16, you grow up massively. But when you travel, you grow up 10 times. Mentally, you meet people that change your perspective on life. You meet people that change your perspective on business, and you meet people that will change your perspective on some sort of hobby or sport that you do. And it's a great way to grow as an individual. One, it's going to help your confidence massively. Massively. If you go traveling abroad by yourself, you're going to have to speak to randomers. You're going to have to find new places to eat. You're going to have to find new things to do. And the way you're going to do that is speaking to people. So even if you're not trying to create a good rapport and you're not trying to network, you're going to have to speak to people in order to find things to do. That's going to help with your confidence massively. Second, it gives you peace. And by peace, I mean it gives you peace of being with yourself. That is one thing that I believe has happened to me after being away so many times by myself. I go away a lot by myself. There's very rare occasions I go away with people just because people are not on the same route as me. My route is my route. But what it has done is made me comfortable with my own self. I'm comfortable spending time by myself. I can go to a restaurant and eat as a table for one. I can go to the cinema completely by myself and not be bothered. Whereas some people can tend not to do that. So I'm content with oneself. Third thing, it has allowed me to pick up skills that I want to work on myself. There might be someone that is really good within the communication realm of speaking, public speaking. That might be a little skill I want to do myself. I can work on that. There might be a person that is really good in a certain field in grappling, and I want to work on that as a personal skill. There might be someone that is very good at sales, and that's something that I want to work at as a personal skill. And it allows you to pick up little skills along the way because you've got so much time on your hands. You don't have to be out there doing stuff for other people because you're on a journey for yourself. So it allows you to grow as an individual and gives you set things to do. What I am doing right now, I'm here for training, but my personal skills that I want to grow isn't within the field of MMA. My personal development skills are in this field of developing myself. So the main skill I'm focused on is communication. I want to be able to speak on crowds and inspire and inform and educate and try and get people to enhance their lives for the better. One way I can do that is through communication. So I'm going to be working this trip on working on my communication skills. It might sound really basic, but it goes into a lot more depth when you research into the topic. I'm going to be working on things like rate of speech, tonality, using the pause a little bit better. You see what I did there? Using different style of speakers, telling stories better. All these things are little aspects of the game of communication. Just like fighting, you have striking, you have grappling, you have jiu-jitsu, you have ground and pound, you have karate. All those different aspects can go into one. It's the same with the communication. I'm going to have different little aspects of the game and I'm going to work on each one. Another one that someone could potentially do is sales. They could work on their sales objections and replies from those objections to get you better on the calls. So they're little things that I find myself, it is personal growth and something I'm going to be working on whilst I'm away, because I'm away for myself and I've got so much time on my hands to do what I want. I'm here for 5 weeks. I'm going to train and I'm going to work on myself. Personal skill development, which eventually, for me, it's in context of it will make me money in the future. I build myself up, I create a pyramid of skills and I go up like so. And for me, I'm a business mindset. Everything I do will have a benefit for me in the future. By a benefit, I don't just mean money. And last but not least, there is more, but you see the world. You see what the world has to offer, because I know in those 4 walls in your room or that little community in the city you live in doesn't have exactly the same things as it has abroad. It might not have the ocean. It might not have trekking. It might not have quad biking. It might not have elephants to go swim with. And all these things are different parts of the world that you've never seen before, and you can start to see, and seeing different perspectives of the world, and seeing how other people live and the cultures. And I think it's a great way of just exploring, getting out of your comfort zone, explore the world, meet new people, and it's a great thing to do. I can't advertise it enough. Go and travel. If no one wants to come with you, cool. Go and do it by yourself. You'll meet people on the way, and then from there, you can go with the journey. But would I come here with my mates? Abso-fucking-lutely. Definitely would. If my mates wanted to come here, I'd take that all day long. But usually, people aren't up to commit for 5 weeks to go away. So I'm not going to wait for someone. I'm just going to go on my own accord. Because even though I would love my mates to come, I'm not going to wait for them. I'm just going to go when I want to go. You could look at that as a selfish point of view, but not really. People want to drop everything last minute and come. I booked this 4 days before I was going. That's today's little topic about travelling with yourself. Tomorrow, we start the trading. Oh yes, we start the trading. What time are we on now? We are on 10:10. I'm still jet lagged. So I'm probably going to avoid the yoga at 6:30 in the morning because I want proper sleep. I'm going to go to kickboxing at 8. I'm going to do jiu-jitsu at 10:30 or 10. Can't remember the time. And then in the afternoon, I'm staying off sparring for now. I'm going to do some calisthenics and get hench. And that is my first day of training, so that'll be good. I need a lot of scram. I'll see you tomorrow. Bish, bash, bosh, pow.